Listen, enduring pain and going through these toxic, traumatic cycles throughout your life, and then, feeling like I'm strong because I can endure it and get through it, ain't a flex. It ain't a flex. Like, I remember just growing up, going through so much in my life, and I would pride myself on that. Like, I'm strong because I can get through, some hard times, difficult times. But I realized that the Lord never intended for me to have to even go through all of that, right? Like, thank God he did, because it did shape me. I now have compassion for people in another way, but he never intended for me to have to go through that. And being able to carry so much weight, so much pain, so much trauma, for me is no longer a flex, right? And so I'm working out, right, a few weeks ago, and I'm running up and down these steps, and this guy, he's going past us, and he real buff. I mean, swole, y'all. So I stopped him, and I'm joking, and I'm like, oh, if I come out here long enough, I'll get muscles like that. He started laughing. He's like, nah, I hate this. He like, I'm only out here because I need to, for my heart, for cardio. He like, I'd rather just be in the gym lifting weights. He like, I got these muscles in the gym. And so that really spoke to me for weeks, y'all. And so the Lord brought it back to my remembrance today as I'm walking around a lake, same area. I'm walking around a lake. It's 4 miles around. And all I kept thinking about was 4 miles. And the Lord reminded me of what he said. And so what I thought about was, it's easier to go to the gym and be repetitive, right? Like the climate is just right. You get through some reps and then you done, you good. And then you have this outward, result, of you having these muscles. People can tell that you've been working out. And so, you feel good about that. But if you put those same people, bodybuilders, on a track and ask them to run, a lot of the times they don't have the endurance to finish it. Like, they can't do it. They can lift a lot of weight, but they can't go the distance, right? And so I just began to think about how he said, no, I'm out here for my heart, right? Like, it's in your journey, it's in your process where God is really strengthening you, right? Like, you gotta really learn how to depend on God when you suffering long, when you going through the process, right? And that's where you're gonna God is gonna build your stamina, your endurance. You're going to become resilient. Like, you can lift all these weights and be able to handle all this pain and trauma, but can you go the distance with God, right? Like, can you become and transform and become the person that God has called you to be? That's not easy. I mean, think about it. Like, some people got stories and books that they struggling to write because they don't have the endurance, the stamina to sit and write and complete a thing, right? And so, like, think about that. In times where you feel like, man, I'm just going through, it's never ending. Like, know that God is really building your character. He's giving you true strength, right? True resilience. Period. You're going to go the distance.